Hello students. I hope you are doing fine and in good health. So today we will see the topic the differences between nominal and real GDP. So let us start today's topic. So students, you are looking at the differences between national income at current prices and national income at constant prices. I will use the term nominal income and real income. And the points that are given here, we have already done in the concepts when in the previous videos I was discussing the concept of nominal and real income. So just we need to go through the points once. So the very first difference is the meaning itself, the definition of nominal income and real income. So very briefly if we state, you can write the entire definition when you are writing or you are learning, but briefly it is the value of final goods and services measured at current price. It is the money value of final goods and services measured at the prices of base year, or simply we can say the value of national income of the current year estimated at current year prices, the value of national income of the current year estimated at base year prices. So this point is clear. The second point, is it an index of economic growth? On the basis of this point, if we compare, yes, nominal income is not a good tool for measuring economic growth, because previously what we have learned that it does not show the true picture of economic growth, because most of the time it is affected by price rise. It is an inflated value. So it is not a good tool of measuring economic growth. But real income is a better tool for measuring economic growth, because it shows the real change in output level. So let us go to the third point, causes of change. Nominal is affected by change in both price and quantity. Now always keep it in mind, it is affected by both price and quantity changes. But because price rise is higher mostly, or higher for many of the goods and services, therefore it nominal income is most of the time an inflated value. This becomes more significant rather than this. So but we cannot say that quantity is not changing, quantity is increasing. Also, when we talk about real income, it is affected by change in quantity only. As we have already said here also in this point, it will change only when the physical output of goods and services increase or change. It can decrease or increase. See, students, both can happen, but mostly the quantities are increasing, isn't it? Other than if there is any other economic crisis or any other calamities in the economy, the output level is increasing because the demand is there, so output level will be increasing. So it is affected by change in the quantities of goods and services. It will increase when the physical output of goods and services increase. When the point of difference is comparison, because nominal income is not a good tool for measuring economic growth, it is not suitable for comparing national incomes of different years. So when we say comparison, for this purpose, nominal income is not suitable, but real income is suitable because it shows real change in quantity of goods and services. Of course, when we talk about calculation, it is done on the basis of current year prices, current year quantity, but real income is calculated on the basis of current year quantity but base year prices of those goods and services. Now this, the last point is, this is nominal, this is real, alternative name. Okay. So this point, you can substitute this point with one more point that you can add here. You can add or you can substitute with the point, which is when we say nominal income, it includes price change, because you see here it is affected by change in both price and quantity. So from this point itself one point comes out, which I am saying you can just substitute here instead of this, because that seems to be a more better point. So you will just write that point, that nominal income is includes the effect of price change, whereas real income eliminates the effect of price change. It is without the effect of price change. I hope you can understand this point, because real is only talking about the real change in output, but nominal includes price change. It is with the inflation. Okay. So when you are writing the differences, the first 4 points are more important. So you don't straight away go ahead and give this point as the first point. So what I'm trying to say here, students, when the question comes, differentiate between the two concepts or explain the two concepts of national income at current price and at constant price by differentiating between the two. So you give the more important points, which is the first 4 points first. And the point that I told you to add one more point that I said, you can give that point also. 4 points. If it is a short answer question either of 3 marks or 4 marks, you need to give either 3 points or 4 points. Okay, so learn the points and write it down in your copies. Now we will go to the next. So here we will see why real GDP is better than nominal GDP. Now students, what we have just learned is the differences of real and nominal GDP. So that is the points which are stated here to justify that real is better than nominal as a tool to measure economic growth. So just quickly we will see the points. Which is better, nominal or real GDP? Of course, real GDP is better as compared to nominal, because there are 3 reasons here. In some books you may find 4 reasons. So we'll just see the points why we say so. Real GDP helps in determining the effect of increased production of goods and services, as it is affected by change in physical output. So we have explained these points before, so no need to elaborate more. It is clear that real GDP helps in assessing the real increase in output. On the other hand, nominal GDP can increase even without increase in physical output, as it is affected by price rise also. So many times it is an inflated value. So real GDP is better measure. Real GDP is a better measure to make comparison. We have seen in the differences. So periodic comparisons, year to year, over different years, when we measure the physical change in output, that is level of output is increasing or not, that is done through the real GDP. So it is a better measure to make periodic comparison in the physical output of goods and services over different years. Real GDP facilitates international comparison also of economic growth or economic performance across countries. It can be between 2 different countries or more than 2 countries. So you see here that real GDP is of course a better measure of economic growth. It reflects true growth of the economy. The fourth point, as I had said in the differences in the previous slide, you can include one more point. That is the point here that I am saying. You can include that point also in this topic, which says that nominal includes the effect of price change. So if there is a price rise, it is included, it is with it, it is inclusive of that effect of price change. But real does not include the effect of price change. So it eliminates the effect of price change. Hence, it is a true measure of the physical output. It is a true measure of the change in the physical output. So this is the fourth point that I am saying, which I have mentioned in the differences also. It is the same point which I said you can add there in the differences of the two concepts, and that is the same point I am saying that you can use it here also to justify which is better, nominal or real. So real is a better indicator, and so I hope the points so far of the differences is clear. Now you will get questions in both these topics. As I said in the previous slide also, you will get to distinguish between the two. And secondly, in this topic, important topic, you will get the question when it specifically asks which is the better indicator of growth, nominal or real. It is real, and you have to justify giving these reasons. And the fourth point that I said, you can add that also. So let us go ahead to the next slide, where I just want to discuss a few questions with you. So here the first question is define nominal GNP, real GNP, GNP deflator. The concept of nominal and real has been discussed in the previous video, where you have the definition also. Even though if it is nominal GDP, you can write the same definition for nominal GNP as well. So I told you whether it can be whichever aggregate, it can be GDP, GNP or national income, but the concept is the same. So you will use the same definition, but here you have to write in with respect to GNP. Okay, so you will write the definitions. Question 2. A growing country is one with rising GNP at constant price. This is at constant price, so this is real. Constant GNP at constant price, so this is not showing rise, so this is ruled out. This option B is not correct. C, rising GNP at current price, so current prices GNP is nominal value, so it does not show the true growth. So the answer will be A, rising GNP at constant price. Okay, so the third question, national product at current prices is higher than national product at constant prices during a period of, you have to choose the right option. Now it is written national product, same students, it is the same as national income. So national product at current price is higher whenever there is, which will be the option, rising prices. Falling prices cannot be the answer, constant prices cannot be the answer, so the answer is rising prices. Okay, fourth question, nominal GDP can never be less than real GDP. Now this question you need to answer by going to the previous video. The previous video I explained three situations can take place. First, it can be three cases where nominal is equal to real, nominal is greater than real GDP, or nominal is less than real GDP. Now when we are saying nominal can be less than real GDP, then this statement is false. So the answer is false, and you have to give the reason. Nominal can be less than real GDP when prices in the current year is less than prices in the base year. So this is the answer, and of course you will go back to the previous video also, listen to it once more, so this concept will become more clear to you. So you will write the answer by listening to that previous discussion also. So write this answer. I hope it is clear to you. So once again I will just repeat it for you. This is false because nominal can be less than real when the prices of current year is less than prices of the base year. Question 5. Which one of the following is better indicator? We have just done it, but here there is one new concept that I have to just discuss with you. So increase in GNP, increase in GDP. Now looking at these two options, of course it is understood that this is the nominal value. It is suggesting that these are the nominal values. So these two options are ruled out. So from the option C and D. Now see option C, increase in real per capita GDP. Option D, increase in per capita GDP. What is this term per capita? Per capita means per head, per individual or per person. So when we say per capita GDP, we are talking about GDP per person. It is obtained by dividing the GDP by the total population of the economy. That is, in other words, it is pointing out to the share of each person in the GDP of the economy. So that is why we say when the GDP increases, we say economy is growing. the government says 8%, 9% growth is good, because when GDP is more, that means per capita GDP will also be greater because it is derived from GDP itself. So this is the concept of per capita GDP. Now here there is a difference between C and D. This is real per capita. So this is nominal per capita GDP in the sense, and this is real per capita. So this will be obtained by dividing real GDP by the total population of the economy. So real per capita, when the word real is added here, this itself is showing that the answer to the question is option C, because better indicator is always the real value. So I also took this question because this had this term per capita. I had to discuss this concept also with you, which is of per capita GDP or GNP also we can say. So per capita, students, just remember the definition of this. Per capita GDP is the per person GDP, or the share of each person in the GDP, or in other words we say per capita GDP shows the availability of goods and services per head or per person in the economy. It is obtained by dividing GDP. It can be nominal or real by the total population of the economy. So I hope you have understood all these questions. Please write it down in your copies. Now before concluding this topic, I want to discuss one more question with you. So students, this is an important question. This is the current year's board question. So you will mark it as important and you will solve it in your copies. I will explain it to you how to solve it so that you can do it in your copies. So now the question is stating that use the imaginary economy's data and calculate and compare the real gross domestic product for the 2 years. So you see here the nominal GDP rate of the 2 years is given respectively. The nominal GDP value is not given. The GDP deflator for the 2 years is given. So using this formula, deflator equals to nominal by real into 100. Although you can use the other formula also which we have discussed previously, you can just rearrange. Real is nominal by deflator. Okay, but this problem we will solve with the help of this formula. Although it's up to you, you can work it out whichever way, but the answer should be correct. Okay, now the correct way to solve the numerical is to assume a value for a previous year to the year which is given. So let us take 2014-15, assume the value as 10,000. Nominal and real same because it is the same year. Remember I told you the point, same year. So nominal and real will be the same. Now because it is at the same year's price. Okay, so based on this value, we calculate the value of 2015-16 by taking the GDP rate 8%. So 8% of 10,000 is 800. Add it to this to get 10,800. Clear? So now the same way we do for the next year 2016-17. So just see here, don't make a mistake. In 2016-17 the nominal GDP has grown at a rate 9%. So 9% of 10,800 is 972. Add 972 to 10,800, you will get the value of nominal GDP for 2016-17, 11,772. Is it clear to you? Find out 9% of 10,800, 972 you will get, add it, you get 11,772. So now you have nominal GDP of both these years. You have to find real GDP of both the years. So what you do? You use the formula real GDP equals nominal by deflator if you want, but we will use this formula here now. For now I am explaining according to this. So substitute the first case. Substitute value of nominal. Take the value of deflator of that year 160. Substitute, find the value of real. So when you rearrange, what you get, the value of real GDP 6,750. Same way we have to do for this year 16-17. Now substitute the nominal value. Take the deflator of the year 2016-17, which is 150. Don't make a mistake here. 150. Substitute in the place of deflator. Rearrange, find the value of real GDP. You will get the value 7848, 7,848. So you see, you have calculated the values of real GDP. Now the question is also asking you to compare. Although by looking at both the years, now we just leave this out. We are concerned with now these 2 years. By looking at both the years, the real GDP is lesser than the nominal value. Real is lesser than the nominal value of this year and also of this year. Okay, so that is the first comparison. Secondly, the real GDP of the year 2016-17 is greater than the real GDP of the previous year 2015-16. What does this show? That there is a real growth in the output level. The output level of goods and services has increased due to the growth in the real GDP. Because real GDP has increased, so it shows there is a real growth in the economy. The output level of goods and services has increased in physical quantities. So this is the answer. When you compare, you write it down. What I have explained, listen to it once again and solve the numerical in your copies. Okay students, so I conclude here today's video, but in the next video we will do the last topic of this chapter, measurement of national income, which is GDP as an index of welfare. So when I do that, you will be clear of many of the topics that we have done in these previous videos. So till then, thank you students.